Back at Phoenix, yellow is out now, and this time pretty serious accident, at least a big accident. All drivers now with Robbie Buell in the background climbing out of the car are okay. Thomas Schechter is involved, and also Dario Franchitti. There he is. They're all walking around, and there was what appeared to be some sort of debris on the backstretch, and then suddenly this accident erupted. So we're looking to make sure we understand exactly what it was. Scott?
Well, what ended up happening originally was Robbie Buell was already against the wall, and we don't know if he actually left some debris on the racetrack that maybe these two other guys, Schechter and Franchitti, possibly ran over, flattened tires, because they both came in against each other, colliding with Robbie Buell, who was already parked there. So we'll have to understand what's going on.
We'll go back and try to take a look at it. We'll first look at regular speed. There's Buell in trouble.
Broke loose in the middle of 3 and 4. Some debris on the racetrack.
Watch this, because here comes Schechter and Franchitti.
You know, and as a driver, I can tell you, it is loud in the race car when you impact the wall. Actually, there you go.
Well, like Franchitti didn't see Schechter slow.
Absolutely. Maybe there's already a yellow out. The drivers get to hear it by 3 different ways: by watching the lights, the flags, or their onboard lights.
Schechter's already slowed. Here comes Franchitti. Ooh!
So Franchitti was not aware that there was a yellow, was not aware there was an accident, did not hear from his spotter, or did not hear from anybody on his team, and watching the dash lights. Now, if you recall, back in Nazareth last year, it was actually Schechter's turn to take out Kanaan in the same sort of situation.
I put the blame for that accident at the feet of the spotter for Dario Franchitti. He should have been on the radio and just hollering yellow, 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 and whoa, whoa, whoa.
And absolutely, and they don't race back to the flag stand here, so anytime you hear yellow, you see the dash lights in your race car or the track lights, then you certainly get off the gas.
Schechter is properly mad. Franchitti is crashed out of this second of 2 races in this season. We're going to go back on board Schechter's car. Look back again. We'll just listen. He slowed well before Franchitti started to slow.
And one of the reasons why maybe he was so quick to slow is the fact that Pancho Carter, a former Indy 500 veteran, is on the radio as the spotter for Thomas Schechter and the Pennzoil team.
Now, Vince, what's going on at Andretti Green now?
Well, Kyle Moyer is here with the Dario Franchitti team. Did Dario get any indication from the spotter, Kyle, as to something going on the racetrack?
Yeah, it was kind of late. We were sitting there trying to play around with Schechter. He kept on blocking us, and, you know, the spotter yelled it, but it was too low. Schechter got checked up a lot quicker than we could, and we ran into the back of him. You know, it's just a shame because Dario's ran 2 great races, and here we all sitting on the sideline again. He's been busting his butt to drive the car, and, you know, we were trying to get around Schechter, and he was getting frustrated trying to do that. And next thing you know, the yellow came out. We couldn't check up, so, you know, it's all fault we ran into the back of Schechter and stuff like that.
Thank you.
They're pretty straight up about it.
Yeah, and I spent some time up in the spotters area earlier this weekend to try and get an idea. There's the spotters now. They're high atop the luxury suites in the middle of turn 1 and 2. You notice that some of them are using binoculars. One of the reasons why is because where the accident took place is the farthest point from where they spot. And I mentioned to some of them 2 issues. Number 1, for those of us that are a little mature and need the use of glasses, but number 2, there are a number of motorhomes that are parked down directly in that area, and sometimes, just sometimes, it's a brief moment before you realize that someone has slowed down.
I'm still wondering what it was in the middle of the backstretch, and we're still looking for it. Todd Harris?
Well, a frustrating day for the Pennzoil Panther Racing folks. I was talking to them just when that accident happened. They said they were so happy. They were just cruising. They were happy the way the driver, the car was working, and then the accident took place. But they did say over the radio, don't worry about it. We're proud of you. You had a great run today.
Well, the bad news is the accident. First part of the good news is that there's no injury apparent. The second part of the good news is they're going to have that accident cleaned up in probably about 8 laps to run to the finish, with Dixon Weldon, Barron, Manning, and Herta, all sitting on the back of Tony Kanaan's car. And that'll happen when we come back for the green flag.